Okay, I have a challenge for you. For nearly 3 months, the media has been covering this debate around Israel's reaction to the October 7th attacks on their land and Palestinians' rights to protect themselves in response to Israel's reaction. And for Black people around the world, this has been both a history lesson and a conversation about what sides do we take based on our own specific history of oppression. For example, South Africa recently brought a case against Israel to the International Court of Justice, or ICJ, accusing the country of genocide against innocent Palestinians. And our challenge for this month then is to create a game plan for responding to injustice based off of vetted facts. I have some ideas. Over the next 29 to 30 days, doesn't matter when you start, just count down from when you watch this video. We're gonna go over some text and some historical events that involve Black people of the diaspora and try to understand the how, when, and why Black people spoke out against injustice. Part 1 of this challenge is learning how to vet our sources for this information. Sadly, we live in a digital age where anyone can post something on the internet, and because we've seen it on the internet, we automatically think that what we're reading is true. At the same time, we do have a history of news outlets presenting information in an unbiased way and having that strong reputation for a long time until recently. I have a list of resources in the description box below that's going to help you identify what is truth and what is opinion, most of which you can find on the Leading Like a Lady blog website whenever you want to, not just this month. You'll know you succeeded with this part of the challenge when you can show that information that you found from one source is also proven and verified from another source and delivered by people or organizations that have no reason to take one side over the other. They are simply giving information for the sake of giving information. That's the key. Part 2 of this challenge is to figure out what to do with this vetted information. I have a blog post up right now called When Black-Owned Brands Should Speak on Injustice, and it offers some tips that could relate to this challenge. Long story short, Black people, businesses, and brands were probably the group attacked the most recently with regards to this Israel and Palestinian conflict. For example, Harvard University's first Black president, Claudine Gay, was forced to step down from her role due to accusations of seeming anti-Semitic. Hollywood actors were accusing each other and even historical figures like Dr. King of being radicalized by either Israel or Hamas, with no tangible evidence presented. So it's not going to be easy to speak up, especially when your livelihood depends on how the public perceives what you say. One idea that I have to address this is to gather together people from opposite ends of the conversation and have them discuss what specific historical events or historical people have convinced them to take one side versus another. And that way you can bring the vetted information from part 1 of this challenge to the conversation to make sure that they're giving verifiable information about why they're taking one side over the other. And to be clear, this does not have to be about Israel and Palestine. Don't feel forced to talk about one issue over the other. The main goal is to find a social issue that you would like to discuss, and then to try to investigate, understand the how, why, and when Black people chose to speak up about this injustice. Our goal is to better understand how Black people have organized and made decisions around standing in solidarity with other marginalized groups. Leave your feedback and the progress that you've made on this challenge in the comment section below. How did it feel learning about Black history through the lens of interracial collaboration? Or did you learn that there were some instances where maybe it wasn't advantageous for or in our best interest for Black people to consider interracial collaboration? Be honest. Can't wait to hear your results, and I'll see you at the next challenge.